Halfway down the Pacific coast of Mexico lies Banderas Bay. It's the 7th largest bay in the world. The land access to the area was made difficult by the jungle and sweeping folds of the Sierra Madre Mountains. The narrow coastal strip had occasional space for a few small fishing villages. The boats still land, but their catch nowadays are mainly tourists. Here you can sit and while away the time watching the activities and enjoying some lovely fresh fish. In 1964, the film director John Huston chose the bay and the surrounding jungle as the location for his film, The Night of the Iguana, which starred Richard Burton and Ava Gardner. But the world's interest was in the scandalous extramarital love affair going on at the time between Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor. She wasn't in the film, but they shared 2 houses in the sleepy town of Puerto Vallarta, which were linked by a pink bridge across the road. The publicity from the film and the paparazzi soon attracted tourists, and a marina was built to harbour Pacific cruise liners and rich American private yachts. Puerto Vallarta was a thriving Mexican village long before it became an international tourist destination. During the 18th century, it grew from a small fishing and pearl diving village into a beach landing port. Its poor overland links helped its smuggling operations to evade the local tax collectors. The mule trail was only replaced by a packed dirt road in 1956. A short drive into the mountains along a dried-up riverbed to some of the smaller inland villages can give a hint of what the area was like only a few decades ago. Here life seems to be slower and totally open to the world. You would expect the fruit markets, but might be surprised by the open-fronted barbers. The equipment in the tortilla factory enables up-to-date mass production, but the dust of the flour mixes with that of the street. To the south of Puerto Vallarta, the jungle slopes of the Sierra Madre sweep steeply into the sea. Within a couple of miles there isn't enough space for the coastal road, which is pushed inland to be lost from sight between the mountains. Here, any habitation you find is surrounded by jungle greenery and flowing streams. Occasionally, a point of easy access to dramatic waterholes has attracted the development of cafes and some daring locals. John Huston was so enraptured by the tranquil beauty of the area that he built his own house on a small beach at Las Caletas, which was only accessible by boat. It is now a popular destination for those seeking the choice between a day of peaceful sunbathing or adventurous activities in the warm water. The bay is the home of whales and dolphins. Swimming with them in a water park provides an almost magical memory. A boat trip and the opportunity to go snorkeling is great fun. On the outskirts of old Puerto Vallarta, there was some space for development, and the demands of tourism was met. Hotels, homes and holiday resorts soon spread along the shoreline. The new promenade is crowded. The air is full of the smell of restaurants and the sound of Mexican music.
Por el día en que llegaste a mi vida, paloma querida, me puse a brindar. Y al sentirme un poquito tomado, pensando en tus labios, me dio por cantar. Me sentí superior a cualquiera y un puño de estrellas te quise bajar. No sé si tu amor la reciba, pero yo te la vengo a dejar. Encontraste en un negro camino como un peregrino sin rumbo y sin fe.
Dolor, ya me volviste a dar.
Tus ojos divinos, cambiaste mis penas por dicha y placer. Desde entonces yo siento quererte con todas las fuerzas que el alma me da. Desde entonces, paloma querida, mi pecho he cambiado por un palomar. Te la vengo a dejar.
As tourists ourselves, we accept that we are responsible for the commercialism that we bring to an area. But it is reassuring to see that the natural restrictions of the mountains, jungles and waters of Banderas Bay offer some protection to the traditional national identity of this fascinating region.